what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the graphic novel, or you could say comic story, Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child. Now this is a copy that I have right here. This is also supposed like the variant, or I was actually hearing like one of the best variant covers that they have for it, because this particular issue has like this particular story has multiple covers for it. You know, it's like a bunch of them, and I actually know the exact amount, but I forget how many it is. But there are like a bunch of like different covers for it. You know, but that was a particular one that I had chose to get with the Batwoman character on the cover. Now this takes place 3 years after the Dark Knight Returns 3, The Master Race, which I thought was a pretty good read. That takes place 3 years after that, and it revolves around the idea of like Laura, you know, and also Carrie Kelly, who has become Batwoman. You know, when she was already like Batwoman, you know, they actually have to team up and take out like a new like threat that's like threatening Gotham City. I don't want to get into it too what it was, you know, but it's kind of spoiler territory if I do, so I just leave it at that. But it's actually like I say that, yeah, I guess you could say it's two major villains, you know, in the world of like DC Comics, but I'm not going to really go into it too much. But overall, I didn't really enjoy this one too much, you know. It's actually written by Frank Miller again too as well, you know, and Raphael, I think Grandpa, I think that's how you pronounce it. But Frank Miller is actually on board again. It's actually like a continuation of his Dark Knight Returns like storyline, which is an excellent read, you know. It's actually a continuation of that. But I actually do feel like this is very similar to the Dark Knight Strikes Again too as well. And that was another one that I didn't really enjoy. It just was like all like over the place and song, you know. It was just really like you know, it was just something off about it. I didn't really enjoy that particular story. But the Master Race, the third one or the last previous one, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that, you know, because that one was actually kind of focused. It had like a set focus on the characters that it was like focused on. The story itself was actually, you know, it kind of made sense. But the strikes, you know, that was like all over the place. I feel like this kind of was, but they are actually after two villains, you know, like Batwoman and like the Supergirl, you know. They actually are after like two villains in the story itself, you know. Now there also is another major character in the story too. And I think if I remember correctly, you know, I'll go and just mention this, you know, it's like a kid, you know, he's like very powerful, you know, and so I don't want to get into it too much because it kind of ruin it, you know, so I just leave it at that, you know, but he has like a major role like in the other storyline too as well. And I'm actually hearing here now that he's actually like the most powerful character in DC Comics or something like that now. If it's like really official, you know, but I know these kind of like Dark Knight Returns tales from Frank Miller, they're kind of like S-Worlds tales, you know. They're not really setting the continuity of the story unless they actually do that one day, because they are like in the future, you know. But yeah, overall I thought like the artwork looked pretty cool, you know, and it's actually a 48-page storyline, you know. But I thought the art in the book looked kind of good, you know. It is very similar to like the Dark Knight Returns and so on. Even like the window panels with all like the writing, like the scriptures and all that, the reading stuff, which I think is awesome. I love like a lot of like writing, like a lot of stuff to read. I like that, you know, because that's why I always thought the Dark Knight Returns was so pretty good, you know, like a graphic novel, because it has so much like writing in it, you know, it's like a lot to read. I really like that. Now this had that too, but it just still felt like something was like off about it. Like Laura has like a strong hatred, and it's kind of hidden. She keeps it kind of hidden from like Carrie, who was like Batwoman, you know, because you know Carrie was actually like the Robin that was with Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight Returns, but now she's Batwoman. But Laura, she actually has like a hatred kind of to a certain extent against humans, you know, but she don't really like express it too much. But she does express it with like her counterpart. I'm not gonna get into that because it kind of spoils, you know. And then again, Carrie herself is kind of against her too as well to a certain extent, but she kind of keeps it like hidden and so on and everything. But in the end, Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child, this is like a one-shot issue, you know. It's only gonna be like one issue. There's not like taking place over like multiple issues. It's only like one shot, you know. I thought it was okay, you know. I'm just gonna give it a C, and I guess I recommend it for like fans of the Dark Knight Returns storyline, you know, because there's a continuation of that particular storyline, you know. And yeah, that's all I have to really say about it. You know, it was okay, decent read. Now, I actually read it again in my growing, but it felt very similar to The Dark Knight Strikes Again, and I wasn't a fan of that one either. So I'm giving The Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child, I'm giving it a C. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.